So, good morning, everyone. My report is all about basic steps ng developing rubric. So, I will just continue the report of others. So, ayan. So, these are the five basic steps in developing rubric for assessing student performance and conduct figure. So, ayun, matatakad natin kung ano yung mga iba't ibang mga steps in developing rubric assessing student. So, first is step one, who wants to read?
Determine the learning outcome and the performance task to be evaluated. It is important to be clear about the learning outcomes and the specific performance tasks that will be evaluated. Choose tasks that are essential, authentic, complex, feasible, given the time constraints and availability of resources, measurable.
Ayun, thank you. So, first, step one talaga is we need to know the learning outcome, syempre. Kailangan din natin maging specific sa performance task na yun i-evaluate natin. Kasi, syempre, umpisa pa lang is, andun na yung, magaganda na yung flow, di ba? Kung ayusin natin sa umpisa pa lang. Then, yun nga, mamili tayo ng mga essential. So, ano nga ba yung mga essential na yun, di ba? So, kailangan din natin mag-base sa mga resources natin. So, kailangan din natin tignan. Then, uh, yun nga, kailangan natin ng connection of knowledge and skills. Then, give time, constraints, and ability of resources and measurable. So, kailangan din, yung gagawin natin is kailangan measurable siya, tsaka meron siyang mga, it can be done, uh, it can be done resources. So, to guide you in identify the performance task that you want to be evaluated, ask yourself for the following questions. So ito yung mga kailangan natin itanong sa ating sarili bago natin gawin yung ating rubrics, di ba? Kailangan din natin, hindi lang yung mga respondents natin yung kailangan tanongin, kundi tayo mismo, kailangan natin tanongin yung ating sarili. Then, una is what learning outcomes are to be evaluated. So kailangan natin tanong ano nga ba yung kailangan natin ituro sa kinabukasan, kung ano yung maging outcomes natin, di ba? So kailangan natin alamin para una pa lang, yun nga, maganda na yung flow ng ating rubrics. Then, which student performance or outputs in the subjects are relevant measures or such as student learning outcomes. So, kailangan din nating alamin yung mga subjects na relevant din. So, kailangan din natin itong tanongin sa ating sarili para yun nga maganda yung flow. Then, number three, are all are all these tasks are equally important. So, kailangan din natin alamin mismo sa ating sarili, kailangan din natin alamin kung kailangan pa talaga siya, kung kailangan talaga yung isang bagay na yun. Then, which is the best representation of the expected learning outcome. So, kailangan din natin hindi lang sa pagpili ng ating mga gamit, mga kasuotan, kundi kailangan din natin piliin yung pinaka-the best na expected learning outcomes. Then, yun nga, dito sa, para mas madali natin maintindihan, yung dito sa step 1 is, kailangan nating first identify what student should learn and the specific task they will complete. Then, kung kailangan natin maging essential, realistic, complex, feasible, and measurable. So, yun yung mga kailangan nating alamin sa step 1. Then, dapat na tayo sa step 2. So, who wants to read the step 2?
Step 2, identify the quality attributes for performance tasks. Next, you need to identify and list all possible attributes for indicated students.
yun nga, next two is identify the equality attributes or indicators of the performance task. So, bakit nga ba natin kailangan i-identify? So, siyempre, we need to know the least possible attributes or indicators of a good performance. So, syempre, hindi natin yung ma-execute kung hindi natin pipili yung good performance. Then, this can be based from your own expectations and which parts, exemplars, or work that reflect kay standards. So, magbabase ka din dito kung ano nga ba yung in-expect mo na ma-execute sa araw na yon. Then, uh, you may explore and specify the skills, knowledge, and or behavior that you will be looking for to describe the standard in one's performance. So, uh, kailangan din natin maging specify sa ating mga skills, di ba? Then, knowledge and or behavior. So, bakit nga ba? So, syempre, para mas ma-execute natin yung ating gagawin, di ba? Para, yun nga, tulad na sinabi ko sa una, is para maganda yung flow ng ating rubrics. Then, kailangan knowledge, di ba? So, kailangan din natin ng kaalaman. So, kailangan natin mag-study, di ba? Para mas maganda yung flow. Then, and or behavior that you will be looking for, describe, understand in one's performance. So, hindi lang yung ating talino yung kailangan natin, kundi ang ating behavior na rin. So, syempre, kung nababa yung pasensya mo, is hindi mo talaga siya ma-execute na maayos. So, kailangan din natin ng habang pasensya, di ba? Para ma-execute natin yung isang guide. Then, be sure to limit the characteristics that are important. So, kailangan din natin i-limit, di ba? So, huwag natin ilagay lahat. So, kailangan natin i-limit para, ayun nga, para mas maganda yung flow. Yung mga kailangan lang natin is yung mga important things, di ba? Then, step 3. So, what's the big? Let's step 3, determine the criteria or the dimensions. After the list of attributes and or indicators, possible groups or categories enabled the categories. This will form the criteria of assessment. For example, in a dance performance task, one attributes that pertain to how well the student execute the dance in terms of movement. Body position, placement, stage, and dance style can be grouped under the criteria of technical skills. Okay? Yung, so, nga pala, dito sa, dun sa step 2, so para mas madali nyo palang maintindihan dito is, kailangan lang natin talaga dito is, kailangan natin ilista yung mga importante, then qualities or skills define good performance. So, these attributes should be aligned with learning goals and reflect case standards. So, para mas madali natin ano. So, dito sa step 3 is, kung kanina, kailangan natin siyang i-identify the quality attributes, indicators of the performance task. So, dito naman is kailangan natin siyang i-determine the criteria or dimension. So, cluster the list for attributes and or indicators into possible groups or category and label the categories. So, kailangan natin ditong ilista yung magiging possible na groups or categories ng ating magiging ating rubric. So, this will form the criteria for assessment. So, one form na siya. So, example na lang sa dance performance, di ba? All attributes that pertain to how will students execute the dance terms, movement, body position, place in stage, and dance style that can be grouped under the criterion. So, yun nga, for example na lang sa dance, di ba? So, kailangan natin alamin, ano ba yung mga sa dance, di ba? Yung mga pwedeng maging ano doon, di ba? So, sa pagsayaw, di ba? Sa pananamit, di ba? Maraming pwedeng ilagay doon. Yun nga, so, para mas madali nyo talaga maintindihan dito, so, ano lang siya, kailangan mo nang alamin, determine yung mga pwede mong kunin dun sa isang, for example nga, yung sayaw, kung anong pwede mong kunin doon, rubrics, is group-related attributes ng categories is technical skills. So, kung magaling yung technical skills nila, then organization, kung na-organize ba siya ng maayos, then creativity na rin. So, mas pwede, yun yung talaga pinaka-importante din talaga sa pagiging sayawa din. Creative, yung pagiging creative nila. Then, you can also include criteria in terms of the components of a performance task. For example, na lang, uh, report rubric, report research rubric, di ba? You can include as a criteria the different parts of research such as introduction, method, data gathering, and analysis, conclusion, and recommendation. So, dito talaga is step talaga dito natin kailangan malaman i-determine yung criteria or dimensions. So, step 4 naman, dito na tayo gagawa ng ating box daw. So, yun nga, kailangan yung, di ba, na-determine natin yung criteria or dimension. So, dito naman, kailangan natin determine yung step 4 yung benchmarks and point values. So, a number or descriptions can be used to denote the level of performance with or without accompanying symbols, letters, or numbers, which is so these are the examples din kasi makita sa camera. So, basahin ko lang. So, meron ditong level 4. So, dun sa itong box is exemplary, distinguished, then substantially developed, then outstanding. So, ito yung pwede natin maging mga benchmarks and point values, di ba? Yung exemplary, distinguished, then substantially developed, then outstanding. So, meron din siyang level 3 which is accomplished, proficient, most developed, proficient. Then level 2, developing, apprentice, developed, acceptable. Then yung level 1 naman is beginning, novice, undeveloped, then unacceptable. So ito yung pwede nating gamitin ng mga benchmarks or point values sa ating may rubrics. So yun yung ating step 4. So madali lang, di ba? So, meron naman tayo dito step 5. So what's to read? Step 5.
Step 5. Write the benchmark or performance descriptors for quality work criteria. And then it is important that the behavioral characteristics or qualities that illustrate or exemplify each performance level are clear and delineated.
So, step 5 naman kung kanina is discuss natin yung step 4 which is yung kailangan nating alamin yung mga benchmarks, di ba? Or yun. Then, dito naman sa step 5 is write the benchmarks or performance description for quality work criteria. So, it is important that the behaviors, characteristics, or qualities that illustrate or exemplify each performance level are clear and delineated. So, dito is kailangan na nating ayusin yung ating mga benchmarks or performance description for quality work criteria. Then, so this performance description should describe the relative difference between performance and each level. So the difference between performance can be presented by which is yung A is aspect of performance or behaviors at different levels. So ayun, then adjectives, adjectival phrases, adverbs, and adverbal phrases to present different qualities difference between levels. Then letter C, numeric difference to identify qualitative difference between levels. Then yung D, which is yung class, is degrees of assistance needed by the student to complete the task. So, ito yung maaari nating maging Yun lang yung aking. Thank you for listening.